All right, we are live. Welcome back to Sin Bin Stream, Game 2 of the Monday night doubleheader between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, let me quick reset. May have to fix colors later. Let's just make the Raiders black, I suppose. And get set. Assuming the Raiders will be in black. I think the Chargers will be some sort of blue. I'll fix it. Both teams, I think, they both are 1-0. No. I'll get the real color for the Chargers in a minute. All right, let's reset the timeouts and the score. Fix everything. Actually, no. Let's do... Yeah, let's do that. Then I can fix my clock easier. Yeah, let's do that. So we got the kickoff coming up. Neither team with the ball. All right, should be almost set. I got to get the live stats going. All right, come on. Where's the box score? We're about set for kickoff. Allegiant Stadium. Yeah. Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. All right, let me fix that. All right, kick is in the air. Return from the goal line by the Raiders, going right to left. I believe it's at Allegiant Stadium. There we go. All right, we are set. 1st and 10. Raiders have the ball first. Geno Smith and the Las Vegas Raiders take to the field, the offense. All right. All right, there's the box score. Thought we had the play-by-play. Here we go. Live. I'll fix the Chargers color in a minute. Raiders in black pants, silver helmets, and pants, or black jerseys, silver helmets, and pants. All right, fake the handoff. Throw almost in. Oh, it is intercepted. Chargers ball taken down at about the 24-yard line. It was a tip drill there. 14:45 to go. And the first play on offense goes horribly wrong, and it's 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Good field position. Yeah, it looks like, somebody stepped in front of it and tipped it to a teammate. Number 0 on the pick. Wow. Gilman on the interception. Wait, what? No. Henley on the interception. Why were they showing? Maybe because, all right. Maybe he tipped it. All right. Left to right. From the 1st and 10 from the 25. Fake the handoff, rolls to the near side, throws across the field, and dropped at about the 23, incomplete. 14:38 to go. Hey, Father Time, thanks. Yeah, not a good start for the Raiders. All right, yeah, I'll try to remember to fix the color for the Raiders are fine, black and white. I'll have to fix the Chargers. That's close to their blue, but not exact. They're in white jerseys, blue pants. All right, 14:38 to go. Yeah, Pass to the flat. McConkey with the catch. He gets 5 or 6. And, sorry, I forgot to make it 2nd and 10. Now it's 3rd and 4 coming up. All right, my NFL Plus on my tablet somehow on Wi-Fi is actually ahead, but I'm going to close it out and just use the full screen off of ESPN Unlimited. 14:05 to go, first quarter. They call it 3rd and 5 from the 20. They got to get to the 15. Shotgun, back to pass. Herbert looking, escapes the pocket, throws on the run, and dropped by number 9, Harris. Would have had enough for the first down. It's 4th and 5, 13:47 to go. So unfortunate that the Chargers couldn't do more than attempt a field goal. All right. Sure, the kicking unit will be on. It'll be Cameron Dicker on to attempt. Okay, that's muted. That's good. Here's the kick through the uprights and good. 38-yard attempt is good at 13:43. Putting the Chargers, they get 3 points off the turnover, and they lead 3-0 in this battle of AFC West teams who are 1-0 and playing for first place in the division. So kickoff coming up for the Chargers. And I forgot to reset to the first quarter. There we go. Now I got it. All right, let me look up the poll first. There we go. One and oh, and all right, Chargers or Raiders? Who wins in Las Vegas tonight? Good to have you along, Father Time. Thanks for chatting. All right, so let's go. So, Geno, short pass to the right, intended for Tucker, intercepted by Henley. And Henley to the Vegas 25-yard line, an 8-yard return. Yeah, it got tipped to him. I guess from Gilman, maybe is what they're saying. Then Herbert incomplete. Herbert to McConkey on a pass for 5 yards, then another incompletion, and then Dicker a 38-yard field goal. Here's the numbers. Geno 0 for 1 with a pick. Tucker was the target. 1 for 3, 5 yards for Herbert. McConkey, 1 catch for 5 yards. Let's see. Oh, this is probably on the return. Yeah. Okay. So Henley, number 0, a pick for an 8-yard return. All right, let's scooch up. Oh, I forgot I should have got water. I didn't look up here. Chargers blue or Chargers, yeah. Chargers uniform color code. Real quick, we'll try to fix this. All right, we want their light blue. All right, kick taken at the goal line, returned up the hash marks past the 20. And 13:38, Geno comes back out onto the field, 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Don't hate the Raiders, but really can't root for a team partially owned by Tom Brady, but I'm not really a big Jim Harbaugh fan, and the Chargers owner is kind of a piece of garbage too, so. All right, we will fix the Charger color in a minute. 1st and 10. Under center. 8 on the play clock. They give him the 22. Handoff. Taken to the 25. 30. That's got to be the rookie. Taken down for after a first down run. Ashton Genty, right? First and 10. 13-24. Clock rolling. Yep, Genty for a 13-yard carry. Number 2 on the Raiders. All right, let's see if we can fix the Charger color to more of that powder blue. All right, that looks a little better. All right, Raiders ball. Geno in shotgun. Under 13 in the first quarter. Back to pass. Caught at the 40. After about a gain of 5, so 2nd and 5 coming up. Jesse Minter is the defensive play caller or coordinator for the Chargers. They still have Khalil Mack, but no more Bosa, Joey Bosa. He's on Buffalo. Shotgun. Oh, busted play. Geno wanted to hand it to Genty and turned to the left, and Genty was to his right, and Geno went forward for no gain, and it'll be a 3rd and 5. Miscommunication there. Yeah, he turned to his left, and Genty was to his right, and he had nowhere to hand the ball. Genty on the sideline. Raiders were 5 of 13 on 3rd down last week. 3rd and 5 from their own 40 in shotgun. 3 receivers to the far side. 1 in motion now, so 2 on each side. Back to pass. Back picks up the blitz that's caught for the first down. 50-45. Taken down at the Charger 40 by number 10, Thornton Jr., looks like. First down, Raiders. Yeah, who is that? Dante Thornton Jr., number 10, a catch for 20 yards. Clock rolling, 11-12, first quarter, back to handoff, number 3 up the right side between the numbers and the hashes for a gain of about 3 or 4. That'll be a 2nd down coming up. 2nd and 6-ish, we'll say. Let's see what they call an ESPN here. 10:53 to go. All right, 10-7. All right. In shotgun, back to pass, 4-man rush, looking, flips it out to the back, incomplete, threw it at his feet. Looked like White, number 3, is the intended target. 10:41 to go, 3rd and 7 for the Raiders. Had a pretty good drive going. Yeah, White is number 3. Zamir White. He has a target. He has 1 carry for 3 yards. Geno they gave him a carry for no gain. 3rd and 7 in shotgun. White to his right. 3 receivers to the near side, his left. Back to pass. Looking. Throws. Left side. Incomplete. 16 wanted a flag. And a late one comes in. All right, what? 10:36 to go. What was the call? Yeah, pass interference called by Clay Martin, his 8th season as an NFL referee. That'll give the Raiders a 1st and 10. Number 21, yeah, a little bit of or illegal contact. Either way, it's a first down. Hart goes to the bench. Big first down pickup off the penalty for Las Vegas. All right. In shotgun, Genty to his left this time. 2 receivers bunched to the far side. Genty in motion. Oh, it's a pitch or a pass forward to number 1 who gets a gain of like 3. Is that Turner, number 1? Bring it up 2nd and 7. 3-0 Chargers. They cashed in on a early interception on the first play from scrimmage. Only picked up 5 yards and settled for the field goal. It is 2nd and 7. Geno in shotgun. 7-play, 52-yard drive currently. 3:43 off the clock. Geno steps up, avoids the rush, throws to the end zone, tipped away by the defense. Incomplete. 3rd and 7, 9:53 to go. .953, 3rd and 7. Good pass breakup. Plenty of coverage. He was going to... Who is one? I apologize. Oh, Trey Tucker, number 1. Got it. Shotgun. 5 on the play clock. Back to pass. 4-man rush. A stunt gets to him, and they wrap him around the ankle and probably sacked him for a loss and might knock them out of field goal range, although they have Carlson. Uh-oh. Well, wow, my stream just went to like butter on the replay. That looked terrible. Come on. Why did that break up, ESPN Unlimited? All right, I may need to switch to my Wi-Fi. That was brutal. All right, they are trying a 54-yarder. 9:10 to go. 54-yarder on 4th and 17. The kick by Carlson is up, down the middle, and good. We are tied at 9:02 remaining. Sorry, having feed issues there. I may have to reconsider and use my tablet. So the Raiders do tie it up, and they will kick it off after this break. I'm going to get some water. I'll be right back. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you all. All right. Oh, we are back. I got to do something about that light. It is kind of dark in here. All right, let's check on the poll. We got 80% going with the Chargers. Up 5 votes. So 4-1 over the Raiders. Road team. Oh yeah, how do I do... Yeah, here we'll do this. All colors. There we go. We're seeing old still photos of Ken Stabler and Marcus Allen, a couple greats in Raiders history, Oakland Raiders history. For LA. All right. From Las Vegas, Nevada, in Allegiant Stadium, Chargers, Raiders tied at 3 after their first drives. Well, second drive technically for Fred Biletnikoff in attendance. There's an old name. That's even before my time. Wow. Good to see him out and about. Kick is returned from the 6 up the near hash, near numbers. Number 12 takes it out past the 35, 1st and 10. coming up for Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense? All right, 1st and 10, 8:57 to go, first quarter. Oh, joy. We get to see Tom Brady in the coach's area, I guess. Wonderful. Bunch formation, 3 receivers to the near side, a back with him in shotgun, 1 receiver split out wide to the far side. Shotgun, Herbert fakes the handoff, looking, throws left down the sideline. Whoa, that looked like pass interference, but no call at 8:51. Didn't appear the defender ever looked back at the ball. Raiders, yeah. To Oakland, yeah. No, I agree. Chargers need to go back to San Diego. Okay, I'm officially done seeing. I was afraid of this. They've already shown Brady twice now, and I'm done. We're at 8:51 of the damn first quarter. 3 receivers to the far side. And a false start. Yeah, they're going to blow it dead. They'll probably put a second back on the clock. Pipkins, the third, number 79, the right tackle on the false start. So that'll bring up 2nd and 15. Yeah, Raiders, I don't know. If Brady wasn't, you know what? I don't like Pete Carroll. I can't put this all on Brady. I've never liked Pete Carroll as a Packers fan going against Seattle. I hate Jim Harbaugh as well, but he's the lesser of 2 evils here, I guess. And I do like Justin Herbert, so we'll root for the Chargers. Shotgun, back to pass on 2nd and 15. Throws near sideline. Nope, incomplete. Juggled it. Didn't have it secured before he went out of bounds. That'll bring up 3rd and 15. Who was that targeted as? Good to have you here, Fish. Father Time, welcome. All right, who was that last pass to? Either Hampton or Harris, because they have a target. Yeah, I don't. All right, back to the. Oh, that's right. They have the guy that was on the Bears briefly last year, and he came back. Name escapes. 2 receivers each side and a back to his near side, the right side. Shotgun, fakes the handoff. Herbert back to pass. Looks, pressured, escapes the pocket, runs forward and tackled at the 35, well short of the first down. Probably a 4th and 10 coming up if I had to guess. 8:27 to go, first quarter. Well, yeah, it is 4th and 10. The punting unit will take to the field. Again, Chargers got a field goal gift wrapped to them after the interception by their defense. And then on their second drive, former punter for the Packers, J.K. Scott, kicks it away. Trey Tucker will return it. He fair catches it at the 16-yard line. 1st and 10, Raiders, 7:57 to go. Yeah, so I am pulling for the Chargers. It kind of kills me because I really can't stand Jim Harbaugh as a former Bear quarterback, and just he was a lunatic as the Niners coach. I don't know, but he did get under the skin of the Lions coach. I always thought that was funny as heck. Jim, I can't think of his name. Oh, I'm blanking. I can see his face. He's still a D coordinator. Might still be with the Browns. Yeah, the West appears to be open. Thought Denver, everybody's obviously the Chiefs are the default. They're struggling. You got to figure they'll figure it out. Looks like Travis Kelce should have just retired. Dropped an easy touchdown and gift wrapped a pick yesterday, and then the week before he injures Xavier Worthy. Had to say bless you to Sinbin admin there. Speaking of Kelsey, we got a Jason Kelsey commercial. I mean, good Lord. All right, just a reminder. Oh, I should fix this live. The coming this week. All right, so we got to do the 16th through the 20th. See if I can fix this really quick. Tomorrow, yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday, double headers for game 2 of the first round in a best-of-3 series. Thursday, Friday, if any of them go 3 games, we'll have them on those dates. Thursday, if neither of the Tuesday games go 3 games, we'll have the Dolphins-Bills game that night. And Friday, if none of them go, we would just take a night off then. And Saturday, probably no live stream. So we'll get that up next time here. Just fixed it. There we go. All right, 1st and 10, their own 16-yard line. Geno Smith under center. And we'll get back to that in a minute. Fakes the handoff, back to pass, looking, swarmed by the pressure, runs into his own lineman, comes out to the near side, throws late, over the middle, caught, and taken down after a gain of a couple. Looks like Minor, number 87. It's not Brock Bowers. He's 89. Who's 87? Is it Minor? Michael Meyer. Oh, Meyer, M-A-Y-E-R, 87. A catch for 3 yards, so that'll bring up a 2nd and 7 for Oakland at their own, I guess, 19-yard line. They got to get to the 27. 7-12 in the first quarter. Under center, he hands it off to Genty, who is knocked down for about a loss of 5. That'll be a 3rd and long. We're looking at like 3rd and 12. Not his fault. Just nobody blocked, and the Chargers were all over him right after he got the ball. Yeah, actually, Meyer got knocked into him. Meyer knocked him down, and then he was easily touched down. Somebody just shoved Meyer right into Genty. So not his fault. It is a 3rd and 12. Just nowhere for him to go. Wonder if Bowers is playing. I'll keep an eye out for him. Shotgun snap, almost went over his head. Throws to the right flat. That is Bowers on the catch, and he gets taken down at about the 19-yard line to bring up 4th and 7 after they got back that 5-yard loss. And the punting unit will head to the field. 6:12 to go. Clock still rolling. Chargers going to get their 3rd possession now. So Brock Bowers is healthy. He just caught a pass for 5 yards there. NFL rookie record with 112 receptions last year. A.J. Cole, the punter. Darius Davis on to the return. Snap. Moves forward. Kick is away from the 10. Carries all the way to the 22-yard line. Returned to the far sideline and knocked out of bounds. Give him maybe a gain of 5 to the 27. 1st and 10 for Herbert. And I hit pause on the wrong clock. 5:34 remaining first quarter. 1st and 10 after the timeout. Yeah, the first game was pretty good. It was under 3 hours. It didn't kick right away at 6 Central, but it ended at 9 o'clock. So I got to be thankful for that. This game started at 9:05. And first game, both teams scored on the first 2 drives. It was 14-10 for a long time. Bucks missed a field goal off the right upright. Texans failed on 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. I think they had 1 run for no gain, and then 2 straight incomplete passes. You know, Baker fumbled. I don't think it hurt them. And then I believe they got a block punt. That didn't hurt them. But then they gave up a huge punt return where they picked up a flag. Texans cashed in and led 19-14 late and with 2:10 to go. And the Bucs used up all but the last 6 seconds to take the win in the early game. 20-19, they failed on the 2-point conversion, and so did the Texans, which ended up costing them a shot at the game. But you know, you figure the Bucs would have gone for two, as you know, down 21-20, and you know, or no, they could have just sent it to overtime. But not to be. Probably on the road they would go for the win. Yeah, because it was 19-14. It would have been 21-14. Yeah, they would have had the option. All right, we get to see Harbaugh and Carroll side by side. Oh, that's right. They also coached against each other. Harbaugh was 2-1 against him. Stanford against USC. 10th meeting, and Carroll leads in the NFL meetings. 49ers and Seahawks 5-4. We're tied at 3 to start it off here in Las Vegas early in the game. 5:34 to go in the first. All right, in shotgun, 2 receivers to the near side. Tight end in motion to the near side, a back to his right. And McConkey comes in motion, fakes the handoff. Herbert back to pass, looking, throws, caught for a first down by McConkey, way out to the Charger 48-yard line for a first down. Herbert got knocked down, 5:20, clock rolling. Yeah, looks like number 1 took the coverage away, and McConkey had a wide open catch because the outside corner had to hand him off to a deep, yeah. All right, make it the 47-yard line. Herbert 2 for 6, 25 yards and 5 rushing yards. Handoff up the middle, taken inside Raider territory down to the other 47. That'll bring up 2nd and 4 after a gain of about 6. That was Harris, number 22, on the carry. Let's see. Oh, Najee Harris. Yeah, 1 carry, 6 yards. Herbert had the other carry for 5 yards. 4:18 to go. Clock rolling, first quarter. All right. In shotgun, 2 to each side. I think Max Crosby was offside. This will be a free play. Herbert escapes the pocket, runs for the first down, out of bounds. Ooh, late push out of bounds, too. At 4:01, I don't think anything will come of it, but they'll take the run by Herbert and decline the offsides by Max Crosby, I'm sure. He got a head start from his left end position. They're talking to Harbaugh about it. All right, so what's the call? Yep, they declined the Max Crosby offsides, and they'll take the play, and they have a first down. Would have been a first down with the penalty, but they got more yardage on Herbert's run. So 1st and 10. We'll check the yard line real quick here. From the 35. In shotgun. Harris, they fake the handoff, looking, throws. Nope, taken down. Sorry, I was looking at my clock. Sack for about a loss of 3, I'd say. 3:35 in this quarter. I got to speed the clock up. Hold on. Now I may have gone too far. So 2nd and long coming up. The rush hit home. Herbert got flushed out of the pocket late. A 3-yard loss by Laulu. Back at the 38, 2nd and 13, in shotgun, 3:05 to go. Yeah, I am way off. Sorry about that. Throw to the right side, caught near the first down. That's Allen, who took 1 year with the Bears last year and is back. All right, 2:45 to go. First quarter. All right, one more second. There we go. 2:40 to go. Number 1, Johnson, is on the sideline. So a gain of 10 and a 3rd and 3 coming up for the Charger offense, tied at 3. For 3rd and 3 from the 28-yard line. They got to get to the 25. Back to pass, looking, throws over the middle, caught by McConkey inside the 20 for a first down for the Chargers. 1st and 10. Up, we got a flag though, so hold the thought there. 2:16 to go. And it's against the Chargers, so back them up. No first down. Was it offside? So that would be a 5-yard penalty. 3rd and 8. Offside against the Chargers. 84. Must have lined up offsides. Yeah, I couldn't get his last name. Apologies. All right. Wait, they're back at the 30. Yeah, back at the 33. They got to get to the 25. Clock rolling, under 2 to go. Snap, back to pass, looking. Herbert steps up. He scrambles forward. Oh, he slid down late and got popped. Chargers wanted a flag. Looks like they're going to get to it. But, man, he got hit. He did a late slide. It's hard for me to... As long as there was no contact to the head, this should not have been a late hit or a roughing the passer or whatever. He slid down late because he needed to pick up the first down. Unnecessary roughness. Half the distance to the goal. First down. Number 20 on the Raiders. That's a tough call. Herbert slid down late because he couldn't slide early. Probably should have just dove. Boy, I don't know. I don't think he hit him high even. Well, that might have been helmet to helmet. I hate to say it. That's going to get called 10 out of 10 times. Okay, I was wrong. That was helmet to helmet. They're going to call that. I guess I didn't see it live. Clock rolling, 1:33 to go. Handoff to the right side. Gain of about 5. We'll bring up a 2nd and 10. They're inside the 10-yard line now. I'm sorry, 2nd and 5 inside the 10. 1:18 to go. Omari and Hampton on the carry. Matlock, number 44, is in the game. Conklin, 83. Hampton, number 8. McConkey, 15. We got a late flag at 1:14. And they are still discussing it. All right, well, let's see what this call was. All right, still discussing it. All right, replay second down. I thought that was first down. The Raiders had 12 men on the field. So that's a penalty. I think it's 1st and 5. They said half the distance to the goal, but they were at the 13. I guess they were going to mark it at the 7, but that was first down. That wasn't second down. He misspoke. That carry was on first down, I thought. Yeah, ESPN has no idea. They finally put 1st and 5. All right, so they're marked at the 7. 3 penalties on the Chargers, 2 on the Raiders. Handoff goes nowhere. Hampton on the carry, number 8. Under a minute to go. Let me slow my clock down here. 50 seconds to go. Hampton went nowhere. Maybe they'll give him a gain of 0 or no gain. All right. Second and... Oh, they give him a loss of 3. Okay. They're saying 2nd and 8? All right. They marked him at the 10. 2nd and 8. They got to get to the 2. Clock is stopped with 40 seconds. I don't understand why. After the... Now it's rolling. In shotgun, 10 on the play clock, 30 on the game clock. Fake the handoff. Herbert back to pass at the 20. Steps forward to the 15. Throws to the end zone. Caught for a touchdown. In the back of the end zone. That's Allen with 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. And the Chargers, whoops, hit the wrong button, take a 9-3 lead. Keenan Allen, 10-yard catch for a touchdown. Did he drag both feet? I think he did. Yeah, 5-14 on the scoring drive. 8 plays, 72 yards. Extra point coming up for the Chargers. Snap, hold, kick. Dicker delivers right down the middle through the uprights. And good. 10-3. Los Angeles Chargers. Still can't get used to that, as they have a huge drive. And Keenan Allen catches the touchdown. All right. Kickoff after a break. Yep, hope everybody's doing great on a Monday around the world. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. It's a pretty late game by the time it ends for me. Used to doing WNBA that goes from 11 to 9 p.m. to 11. Yeah, welcome to everybody in the U.S., maybe the Philippines. I know the Philippines are big on welcome to Mac. Good, thanks for joining us, Mac. Hope Gal Chino is doing well. Should be 7:46 her time. Again, doubleheader tomorrow night. Games Tuesday and Wednesday, 6:30 and 8:30. Wednesday, 7 and 9. Thursday and Friday, game 3s if necessary. If none on Thursday, we would do the football game that night. Taken in the end zone and kneeled down, so the Raiders will have it 1st and 10 at their own 35 with 20 seconds to go in this first quarter. Yeah, I hear you. I don't know if Vegas is going to be, they built up a nice following for the hockey team. Not sure about football, and definitely not sure about the A's for baseball having a following in Vegas either. Yeah, it stinks for Oakland. I feel for them. Lost the team twice. And, well, St. Louis has lost just 2 different teams twice, so that's terrible too. Gino on the handoff. It gets past the 40 for about a gain of 7 to the 42. That might be the last play of the first quarter. We'll see. Nope, we got a stoppage because of an injury. Oh, Khalil Mack is injured. That's not good. Now the clock is rolling. Mack headed to the sideline, looks to be holding his hand. And that is the end of the first quarter as they show a replay. Oh, his elbow got hit by number 43, his own player, or his own teammate, as they both were going for Tucker. So that was a gain of 7 for Tucker. We'll get a 2nd and 3 when the second quarter resumes. I'm going to reset the clock. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back. Let's Let's reset the clock first, shall we? All right, thanks, everybody. I'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday if we are on for WNBA. Thursday for sure we'll be on because we'll have Dolphins Bills if there is no and I forgot to switch the helmets. Oh man, had them sitting right there ready and didn't do it. All right, Chargers can go about there. Raiders need to swing a little forward. All right, that's pretty good. I think we'll get the stripe turned a little more to the camera. Ooh, 95. Wow, that is too hot. I do not like. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Thanks. All right, sorry about the delayed. We got illegal contact on the Chargers. Mac is heading to the locker room. Hopefully, yeah, okay. Looks like my audio's all right. So that's no good. All right, we're coming off a flag. Yeah. All right, we got, sorry about that. They picked up the, Mac just headed to the locker room. Khalil Mack, you're right. Sorry, missed a play. I was in the bathroom. My bad. Handoff to Genty goes nowhere. It's not his fault. They're not blocking it well. Yeah, now Mac is holding his hand. It's his left hand. And he's getting on a golf cart to be carted for further evaluation. Okay. 2nd and 10. All right, let's get back here. What the heck here? There we go. All right, 4 seconds on the play clock. Under center, Gino back to pass. Looking. Swings it. It's tipped up in the air and almost intercepted. He was trying to get it to Genty. A lineman stuck his hand up and knocked it into the air. So 14:02 to go. 2nd quarter. And it's a 3rd and 10 coming up. Near disaster. They already had one tipped interception, and they almost came up with a second one here. The Chargers defense, 45 on the tip. Genty just got in front of it to knock it away from the defender. Both teams are 1 for 3 on 3rd down. But so good play by Genty to stick with it and prevent the interception, if nothing else. Back to pass in shotgun. Completes it over the middle for the first down inside the 30, down near the 25. Number 16 on the catch. That would be Jacoby Myers. One catch now for 25 yards. Huge first down for the Raiders at the 28-yard line. Shotgun, back to pass. Rushes on, throws it short over the middle. He was in a hurry, and this might be a late hit, maybe roughing the passer. No, it's holding on the Raiders, and the Chargers accept. So 1st and 20 coming up. Back up the Raiders. Oh, I should have got more water too. Ooh, I like these Chargers hoodies. Just the yellow bolt and the powder blue. Yeah, wow. Fish said it was 86, still 100 tomorrow. Good Lord. Sounds like yeah, Mac holding his right, or his left wrist, sorry. Genty on the carry, not much. Bounced it outside, got a gain of maybe 3. So it looks like it'll be like 2nd and 17. Let me listen real quick. Okay, they're going to get imaging done on Mac. I assume it's his left hand or wrist or something. I thought it might have been his elbow, but he was definitely holding his hand. 2nd and 17 from the Charger 35-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Back to pass in shotgun looking. Has to roll out of the pocket to the far side at the 40, 35, 30, 35. Taken down near the 20. It'll have a 3rd and 2, depending on the spot. Good scramble by Geno Smith. As Raider Nation goes wild, or the black hole, or whatever that end zone is. Excuse me. I think it's yeah, 3rd and 2 from the 20. They got to get to the 18. Geno in shotgun. There's the snap. Hand off to Genty. He plows forward and gets the first down. Good carry. Good blocking that time. They got just enough for the first down. Clock still rolling. 11:52 in the second quarter. Raiders ball. They're going left to right this quarter. In the red zone. 7 plays, 53 yards, 3:36 time of possession. All right. In shotgun. 1 receiver in motion, so they have 2 to each side. Back to pass. Genty, he swings it to him in the right flat. Avoids a tackler. Takes it inside the 15, down to about the 13. Well, they'll have a 2nd and 5 or so coming up. Good move by Genty to get anything out of that. Missed tackle. He did a spin move to get out of it. That looks like something out of Madden. I mean, unbelievable. Broke the right arm tackle of the defender. Oh, they call it 2nd and 6. From the 14? Shotgun, back to pass, looking. Geno launches it towards the end zone. Broken up, incomplete. No flags. 3rd and 6, 10:40 to go. Not suggesting there should have been. It just looked like that's what the Raiders were maybe indicating. 16. Gilman did maybe get a hand on him, but we'll see. No call. All right, 3rd and 6. Huge down coming up, trailing by 7. Raiders at home, trying to get the first down or the equalizer. Shotgun. Oh, it's a bad snap. Back to pass, looking, and he's sacked. Oh, that was a horrible snap. Must have hit a leg or something, because it wasn't much better than a ground ball. Geno never had a chance. 4th and long coming up. Let's see the replay. Yeah, he hit his own butt. Like he thought Gino was under center or something. Like, that wouldn't have worked even if he had been under center. That's such a horrible snap. Don't see the center plant one off his own butt. And so that'll force Daniel Carlson into a 40-yard attempt from the near hash mark, his right. There's the snap. The kick right down the middle, splits the uprights, and good from 40 out at 9:54. The lead is cut to 4. 10-6 Chargers kickoff after this timeout, and the Raiders will be kicking off. Second quarter, 5 minutes and 6 seconds into the second quarter. All right, let me catch up on the chat. Hope everybody's doing well. San Francisco Bay Area, hot here tomorrow again. Sure, can't hit the right. It's okay, Mac. I could read what you wrote. I get you. Yeah, I hope everybody's staying cool and safe. That really stinks to have 100 or near 100-degree weather. I mean, upper 80s is miserable for me, too. Any 80s. But I know that's just me. A lot of people like the hot weather. Starting to hate the cold more and more the older I get as well. All right, Gino is 7 of 12, 65 yards, 1 pick, which led to the field goal for the Chargers. He's taken 2 sacks. Last one wasn't his fault. It was a terrible snap by the center. Couldn't even clear his own backside. Genty has 5 carries for 13, but Gino's the leading carrier, 2 for 16. Yeah, he had a no gain, and then he had a 16-yarder that set them up for a 3rd and 2. Trey Tucker, 1 for 7. Zamir White, 1 for 3. Jacoby Myers with a huge catch for 25 yards. Thornton, 1 for 20. Tucker leads with 2 catches for 8 yards. Brock Bowers only 1 for 5. Herbert, 4 for 8, 44 yards and a touchdown. Touchdown was to Keenan Allen, who has 2 for 20. Lad McConkey, 2 for 24. Herbert, leading rusher, 3 for 26. Najee Harris, 1 for 6. Omari and Hampton, 1 for -3. So not much on the ground to be had for either team. Defenses and special teams helping out with the offense, but the Keenan Allen 10-yard touchdown is their only touchdown thus far in the first half. All right, Carlson to kick it off shortly. He's teed it up from his own 35-yard line. Here's the kick, kind of a chip shot down to the 3, returned far numbers towards the sideline, and taken out past the 30 to give him maybe the 32 at 9:45 to go. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Chargers from their own 32-yard line. Keenan Allen and Najee Harris, free agents this year. 4 players via trade. Oh, yeah, Mac. In shotgun, Herbert has 2 receivers each side, 1 in motion. They hand it to him near sideline, near the numbers, and that is a loss of 2. 2nd and 12 coming up. That play had no chance. Ow. Under 9.5 second quarter. Raiders trailing by 4. Chargers with the ball in their own territory. 2nd and 12. Own 30-yard line after the loss of 2. All right. In shotgun, 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Back to pass. Herbert throws right side. McConkey on the catch. out to the 40, make that the 36-yard line. So 3rd and probably 6, I'm thinking. 3rd and 5 or 6. See what they say. It is 3rd and 6. Three for 6 for the Raiders on 3rd down. Chargers 1 for 3. 3rd and 6 from their own 31. They got to get to the 42-yard line. Sorry, 3rd and 6 from the 36. They got to get to their own 42-yard line. 4 seconds on the play clock. 2, 1, snap, back to throw. Herbert looking, 5-man rush. Throws incomplete. Not sure who he was throwing to. Either, I think the receivers were on the wrong page with him, not on the same page, because it looked like it was halfway between 2 receivers. He stepped up in the pocket. They did blitz. They sent 5. And he just threw it to the outside. Actually, it got tipped at the line. That's why that was a poor pass. It got tipped at the line by the Raiders. All right, move forward. Kick is in the air by the punter. Taken all the way back at the 11. Oh, it was a fair catch. And Raiders take over. Geno Smith heads out. 8:06 to go. And it'll be Raiders ball after this timeout. 1st and 10, deep in their own territory. All right. Yeah, California's mean are the same river in Iowa. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. And thanks everybody for watching. I do appreciate the chat, the views, everybody who's already subscribed and liked. I appreciate you all. Thanks for being here. If you're new, welcome. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. If so, please be sure to like and or subscribe. Doing one or both helps with getting YouTube to recommend us to other potential viewers and helps with growing the channel. And thanks everyone again for your continued support. I do appreciate it. Know you have lots of choices out there. Thanks for choosing to be here. Yeah, so we got if you weren't with us, Tom Grossi rated us, so we picked up a bunch of subs tonight. I think we got 15, which is amazing. Thank you all. Past the 600 mark. Can't believe it. It was like 4 months ago, and I was under 100 subs. You know, we were around 90. Because I think my first WNBA game was May 22nd. So like May 21st, I think we were literally around maybe 91 subs. So tremendous help for doing WNBA games. And thank you. We got, let's check the like. We got 12 likes. Thank you so much. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. Hope you'll be with us for WNBA. If there isn't any on Thursday, we will have Dolphins Bills 7:15 available on Prime. And if you don't have Prime, you can get to Twitch. I think you could probably do it there through their website because Prime owns Twitch, so you can watch it for free there, I believe. I've never tried it. I do have a Twitch account, but I've never needed to try it since I do have Prime. All right, 1st and 10, their own 11-yard line. Geno under center. Bunched formation to the near side. One receiver split out to the far side. Receiver in motion. Delayed handoff. Genty up the near hash mark, past the 15, and a gain of at least 5 or 6. Bringing up 2nd and 4, I believe, for the Raiders. 7:50, clock rolling. All right, from the 17, 3 receivers to the far side, 1 split out to the near side. Empty backs Yeah, so it must have an extra, yeah, tight end to the near side. He throws, caught for the first down. Number 87, 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Trailing by 4. From the near hash mark, yeah, 87 was lined up on the line of scrimmage, caught it on a quick out and taken out of bounds for the first down. And, yeah, he juggled that catch, too. Meyer, that's right, I forgot his name for a second. Under 7, second quarter. In shotgun. Delayed handoff to Genty up the near side, out near the first down. That's got to be the longest run for Genty, at least tonight. And it should be another Raiders first down, unless they marked him like a yard short. Maybe he bounced forward. Don't think his knee was down yet, though. Yeah, he should have the first down. Yep, 1st and 10, Genty on the sideline. Last week he had 2 carries for 9 yards. Tonight, 7 for 29. So they are using him a little bit more. All right, under center. Fake the handoff. Gino back to pass. Throws to the left flat. Caught by number 3. Taken forward out near the first down. Should be about a 2nd and 2 coming up, depending on the spot. Under 6 to go. Second quarter, first half. Oh, let's hear. All right, they're not giving an injury update. I was just listening in case they were. Oh, it's Chip. I forgot Chip Kelly is their offensive coordinator. All right, in shotgun, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 split out to the top. Fake the handoff. Looking, throws down the field near the right sideline, tipped away by the Charger in coverage, number 29 still. And it will be 3rd and 2 with 5:21. They took a deep shot, knowing at worst case, they'll be 3rd and 2. I think Pete was looking for pass interference. The receiver, the DB never turned. The ball hit him in the helmet. They were trying to go to Thornton Jr., the number 10. No, maybe Gino got hit late. Oh, Gino hit a helmet, and he did take a left hand to the helmet. So Carroll might have had a beef. I think we got a timeout Chargers, though, before this 3rd and 2. Yeah, Pete still not happy either with the non-DPI or... I think I would have been more upset with Gino taking a hit to the helmet. It wasn't much, but they protect these guys. Yeah, I mean, that's textbook face guarding. He put his left hand up when he saw the receiver's eyes. That's still... He never looked back for the ball. I mean, that used to be automatic. And he had a hold of his sleeve. You know, not the jersey sleeve, but the sleeve of the shirt that was underneath. Okay, the Chargers used a timeout, but it was a quick timeout. We're already back. 3rd and 2 from the 41.5-yard line. They got to get a 1.5 yards. Shotgun, handoff to Genty, goes nowhere. It wasn't Genty. It was number 3. Is that Witt? And it's 4th down. They lost a chunk of yards on that play. 5:10 to go, opening half. Who was that? Is that that's White? Yeah, he got stuffed. That wasn't his fault. There was 0 blocking on that. -4, so that'll be 4th and 6 coming up. And Darius Davis will return. A.J. Cole, the punter, to kick it away. 4:44 in the second. Snap. Moves forward. Oh, nearly avoided a blocked kick. Fair catch at the 9. 1st and 10 coming up deep in their own territory. 4:34 to go, second quarter. 10-6 Chargers, and they have the ball. And I'm going to have to quick get some water. I don't think they're taking a... That might have been Mac on the sideline getting oxygen. I did not see who they were showing. Oh, I'll be right back. cheese? Oh, okay.
Polish cheese.
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't recognize what the smell was, that's all.
Oh, I smell, I stink.
No, I just said I didn't know what it was. Oh. Okay. All right. Sorry, catch up on the chat real quick. I don't want to put these on the screen if you guys don't want it. Yeah, Father Time, okay. Ow. Yeah, thanks, Mac. I appreciate you being here. I have a friend in Denver, Iowa. He was from Iowa. Was on Iowa Hawkeye. We used to work together. Still keep in touch, and he used to live out here, but he moved back to Iowa. So Denver. If you need a custom T-shirt, he's the guy to hit up. T-shirt guy. I gotta look up the exact web address, but yeah. Grinnell, Iowa. Night campus. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, cool. All right, yeah, I don't want to put that on the screen if you guys don't want it. So we're seeing old shots of the San Diego Chicken, I guess maybe at Charger games. I was about to say Raiders, but it's probably Charger games. All right, inside their own 10, the Chargers have the 4-point lead, but first and 10 at their own 9 after the exchange from the punter on the kick. In shotgun, bunched formation to the top, back to pass, looking, throws over the middle, caught. That's Keenan Allen out to about the 18, where it'll be 2nd and 1 for the Chargers, as Arnold said famously. Go Chargers, go. 4:15. It's bolts up, I guess, or fins up. I don't know. 4:05 to go. Second quarter. In shotgun. Handoff to the deep back. Gets hit at the line of scrimmage, but falls. No, they do mark him short. So really no gain. It'll be 3rd and half a yard. 3:45 to go. Who was that on the carry? All right. Let's see. Oh, Najee Harris was Najee Harris, yeah. I'll say Allen got one for 9 yards. Harris, no gain. 3rd and 1. 3:22 to go. Second quarter. Got to get to the 19. Handoff. Outside. Gets tripped up but breaks the tackle. Out to the 25. 30. Tackled out of bounds near the 33. So the Chargers do pick up the first down with 3:11 to go. Clock is already rolling. Wait, he went out of bounds. Why didn't the clock stay stopped? Okay. I'm a little puzzled by that. Usually as long as you're going forward and out of bounds, they stop the clock, because he definitely wasn't tackled in bounds. It's when you go backwards that they mark it. All right, so that was a Marion Hampton 15-yard run there. Probably the longest run, other than maybe. All right, shotgun, empty backfield, back to pass, looking, hits the tight end out of the backfield. Tackled short of the 40. Ooh, that was an awkward-looking tackle. Looked like he got bent over. All right, he's still moving under his own power, but he's out of the game now. It looks like a rough tackle by the Raiders, like tackled low and high. I mean, he doesn't have protection like the quarterback. It will be a 2nd and 3, and they don't have to snap it before the 2-minute warning. In shotgun from their own 40. Nope, 2-minute warning. Then we'll have 2nd and 3. 2 minutes to go, opening half. 2nd and 3 coming up for the Raiders. Oh, it looks like a Raiders coach got knocked down. He had a cut lip that he was trying to stop the bleeding. So we get shots of both fans in the stands. Oof, nose sore. All right, let's take a quick look at the poll. 62% for the Chargers. All right. Yeah, Chargers beat the Chiefs in Sao Paulo. Raiders beat the Pats in New England, or Foxborough, Massachusetts, in week 1. All right, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I won't mess with these. Nope, now I messed it up. Gosh darn it. I don't know why I'm messing with this. It wasn't too terrible. Do I need to move these back? Yeah, that'll work better. It's hard to do this on camera. It's like doing it in a mirror. All right, we'll turn the Raiders stripe a little bit. There we go. I don't know. I don't know why I'm messing. Should have never messed with it. All right. Let's check one thing. Make sure this is, yep, muted. Why does this get behind? All right, we'll refresh. Oh yeah, let's double check if this game is also on the YouTube live page. Just like to see it. Scrolling down. Yep, we're at the bottom, but we're there. About 15 people on top of us. We're at the bottom. That's all right. We're there. The important thing. Oh, Khalil Mack's night is done. He's got his arm in a sling. He is sitting on the bench. Yeah, jersey off, left arm in a sling. So Mack is done for tonight. We'll see about week 3. Back to pass. Herbert launches one downfield, has a receiver caught inside the 10, and a touchdown. Number 1 on the catch. And wow, where did that come from? All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Quentin Johnston, 60 yards and a touchdown. Woo! What a play if you're a Bolts fan. 16-6 pending the extra point. So they had a 2nd and 3, and Quentin Johnston on the near side ran towards the Raiders logo, then started heading outside. Nobody with deep help, and he beat the coverage, caught it at about the 7, and walked into the end zone. Wow. Explosive play. Herbert to Quentin Johnson. All right. Dicker kicks it through the uprights down the middle. It is now 17-6 Chargers. San Diego Superchargers. I know. Los Angeles doesn't have the same ring to it. 151 first half. And the Chargers take the 11-point lead. Wow, what a play. 60 yards. Johnston. It is Johnston. Okay, number 1. So Quentin Johnson, 1 catch, 60 yards on 4 targets and a touchdown, 60 long. Whew. And just like that, Herbert over 100 yards, 126, 8 of 13. 2 touchdowns, took a sack. Geno, 9 of 15, 80 yards, 1 pick on the opening play from scrimmage. That led to the Chargers' field goal. And Herbert's thrown a 10-yarder to Keenan Allen. And now he's got a 60-yard bomb to Quentin Johnston. Most of that in the air. He literally caught it inside the 10. just outside the 5. I'll say like 7. And walked it into the end zone. Album coming soon. What up with you? Thank you for hitting the like button. Good to have you here. Hope you're enjoying Monday Night Football doubleheader here. All right, so first, really big play there. What was the long of the night prior to that? 25-yard catch by Jacoby Myers. That set up one of the Raiders' field goals, I'm pretty sure. Just the one turnover. The pick by Geno on the first play from scrimmage. Otherwise, there was a fumble, but Geno recovered it. All right, so what are they saying here? I guess McConkey drew the coverage on an over. Yeah, at the logo. Think the corner needed to stick closer to. He got hesitated because he saw McConkey, and that hung the safety out to dry. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. He caught it at about the 12 and ran it in. Okay, I was wrong. I thought it was at the 7. Okay, thanks, Father Time. Yeah. I hadn't seen anything either. All right. Kickoff taken inside the 10, returned up the near numbers, out near the 30-yard line, probably the 28, 1:45 to go. Thanks, Father Time, for looking that up for us. And again, the Liberty play Wednesday, not that another day is going to matter to Stewie, but just something to keep in mind. So, we won't know how severe probably. Okay, why didn't my clock fix? 1:45. Raiders ball. I hit the wrong button. There we go. Shotgun, back to pass. Geno throws to the left flat, caught by 23. And he runs for the first down and out of bounds. Clock stops at 1:37. Maybe that's only in the end of the game when they stop it out of bounds. Under 5 to go, because they did not stop it when the Chargers were driving. All right, 1st and 10, shotgun, back to pass from the 41, dumps it over to the same receiver, this time only a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up from their own 45-yard line. All right, let's get the receiver on that. That's Laube, or Lob, Laube. Back to pass, throws right sideline. Was it a catch or was it incomplete? 1:14 to go. Right in front of Pete Carroll. It is incomplete. 3rd and 6. Diving catch made by number 1 on the Raiders, whose name escapes me. Oh, Quentin Johnson. Hey. No, I'm sorry. Trey Tucker. Good Lord. I was looking at the wrong team. I'm like, Johnson had the touchdown. Trey Tucker on the catch attempt. Incomplete. 3rd and 6 from their own 45. They got to get to the Charger 49. Shotgun, back to pass. Looking. 4-man rush. Flushes them out of the pocket to the near sideline. Long throw on the run down the right sideline. Intercepted at the 1. And was he down, or is this a return? No, I guess he was down at the 1 with 1:01 to go. Nice arm punt by Geno there. I mean, I guess you were going to have to kick it away. You're not going to get much better than that. Jefferson on the pick, number 23. The ball was just short. He played it perfectly. Just a yard short. And ooh, did they call him down? By contact? Yeah, I guess the receiver brushed against him. And he should have stayed in the end zone or put a foot in the end zone. They might have called it a touchback. But he stayed out of the end zone. Yeah, he had one knee down, Jefferson. So 2 turnovers on the Raiders and 1st and 10 for the Chargers at their own 1-yard line. 1:01 to go here in the first half. What's the call? Chargers have 2 timeouts left. Raiders have all 3. Referee and a judge just went in front of the Raiders and did this. I don't know what the heck that signal was. They put 3 seconds back on the clock, too. We're at 104. Herbert sneaks it up the middle, I believe, for maybe a gain of 2. Might give him 3 out to the 4-yard line. Depends on the spot. Got a timeout at 1 minute. Got to imagine that was the Raiders. It'll be second and long. I'll say 7. I wouldn't be shocked if it's 8. Yeah, maybe we'll get some ruling tomorrow about Stewie's MRI. See how her left knee is doing. 2 touchdowns for Herbert, 2 picks for Geno. First pick, opening play from scrimmage, and led to a Chargers field goal. This one pinned them inside or at their own 1. Here's a 2nd and 8 from the 3. In shotgun in the end zone. Snap, back to throw. 4-man rush, complete to Quentin Johnston at the 9, where it'll be 3rd and 2 and a timeout again by the Raiders. I forgot to mark the other one. 56 seconds to go. All right. Trying to fix my clock, not cooperating. There we go. 3rd and 2, and I got to mark the timeouts. 1 left for the Raiders, 2 left for the Chargers. If they don't pick it up and need to kick it away by the punter, Raiders stand to get good field position. They actually call it 3rd and 1, so maybe they gave him the 10. I thought they got him down at the 9. They're just inside the 10. They got to get to the 11. So about 1.5. In shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. Toss play to the left side. Run forward by the numbers, and then on 2nd or 3rd effort, he does plunge forward to the 12 for the first down. Clock will roll now. And the Chargers may want to just run out the clock. They do have 2 timeouts left, but they don't seem to be in a hurry. Raiders won't bother with their 3rd timeout. 1st and 10 from the 12. Yeah, you got to be thinking it's not worth the risk to try and pass it here. But they do have 2 split out wide to either side. He's got an in shotgun with the back to his right. And it is a delayed handoff up the middle and carried out to the 20 with 6 seconds to go. It'll be 2nd and 2. But that could very well be, it is the last play of the first half. So we will get the clock going. Chargers get the ball. Yeah, because the Raiders threw a pick. We are at halftime. And let me fix the clock real quick. Chargers will get the ball in the second half. Let me fix the clock, though. All right, that should be good. Let me bring up the timer. All right, 3rd quarter and a little over 13 minutes. All right, thanks everybody for liking, subscribing, and being a return viewer. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the live stream. If so, please be sure to hit like and subscribe. Doing one or both helps with getting YouTube to recommend us to other potential viewers and helps me grow the channel. And I thank you all for your continued support. All right. There, we'll put up the stats, and I'll take a quick break and be back. Thanks, everybody. Again, Tuesday, Wednesday, game 2s of all the series. Thursday, Friday, if necessary, any game 3s. And, oh, I'm actually a little behind. I'm going to have to speed up my clock. I wonder if they shortened the halftime for the late game. Let me try to get in sync with theirs. Okay, now I'm ahead of theirs. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they didn't quite. I don't know. I thought I started it right, but I guess not. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. We'll go over the numbers when I get back. Thanks, everybody. I do appreciate it. Hope you're having a great Monday. Hope you have a great Tuesday. Hope to see you for WNBA. Did I get my... Let's see. Did I... Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back. Thanks, everybody. All right, we are back. We'll go through the box score real quick here. All right, close that out. Geno Smith, 11 of 19, 97 yards, 2 sacks taken, 2 picks. First one led to field goal for the Chargers. Second one, they ended up just ending the half. Genty, 7 carries, 30 yards. Not a whole lot on the ground, really, for either team. 50 for the Raiders, 54 for the Chargers. Everybody is spread out here on the catches too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players with 1 or 2 catches. 1 for 25 for Jacoby Myers. That led to one of their 2 field goals. And Herbert, 9 of 14, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns, only taken 1 sack. He's also the leading rusher with 4 for 28. Hampton, 4 for 22. Oh, that's cool, Father Time. Thanks. Appreciate that. Glad, yeah. He tries to not duplicate as much as possible. By the end of the year, I think he sometimes has to. Again, Hampton with 4 for 22, so 54 yards as a team for the Chargers. Quentin Johnson with the big catch for 60 yards and a touchdown. He has 2 for 67. McConkey, 3 for 30. Oh, brother. Why is this not doing... Keenan Allen, 3 for 29 and a 10-yard touchdown. And they've had some other targets. Will Dissly, 1 catch for 7. But, yeah, not much out there for either team, really, offensively. Again, half of Herbert's yards were on that touchdown pass, or almost half. And their field goal was set up by the Geno Smith tipped interception, first play from scrimmage. So, all right. Excuse me. All right, we'll just reset the clock for the third quarter, and we'll be ready. I sped my clock up a little bit, so it'll go to zeros before ESPN's. Yeah, I got to fix that light. We are really dark in here now. Let's see. Yeah, just the 2 picks by Geno. No lost fumbles for either team. 2 sacks for the LA Chargers defense, one by Khalil Mack, who left the game after a teammate hit him, did something to his left arm, presumably his left hand or wrist. He's done for the night after testing. He had his jersey and pads off and had his arm in a sling on the bench, so have to see what the update. Maybe I can just check. Yeah, Caldwell, a sack as well. For the Raiders, they have a sack by Jonah Laulu, I guess, number 96. And each team, let's see, 4 tackles for losses, so 2. Tipola 2, number 45, and Henley for the Chargers. White on a tackle for loss, and Fotu, number 95, at the other tackle for loss besides the sacks. Henley had the pick for 8 yards on the return. That set up Cameron Dicker for the first field goal, first points of the night, 3-0. They managed 5 yards to get it closer. So Dicker was good from 38 and his 2 for 2 on extra points. Daniel Carlson, 2 for 2. He hit a 54-yard field goal as his long. Both punters doing pretty well. J.K. Scott, former Packer, averaging 53, 2 inside the 20. A.J. Cole, 2 for 114 inside the 20 once and an average of 60. So good night special teams ways for the special teams as far as things are concerned. Crosby, pretty much a non-factor. Can't say I've called his name other than when he was offsides and he jumped early. He is credited with a tackle apparently, but not a solo tackle. All right, let's reset for the third quarter. Thanks for coming back after the break. All right, we'll take the clock down. Should be just about set coming up out of this commercial. All right, let's take this down. Reset the timer. All right, should be momentary. All right, we're back from break. We're getting first half highlights presented by Target as we get a view of downtown, an aerial view of downtown Las Vegas. Herbert started 1 for 5 for 5 yards, but then he's been 8 of 9, 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, and both interceptions. Yeah. Khalil Mack injured his left arm in the first quarter and will not return, which we knew. I don't know if they're going to give any update on Mack. They're talking to Harbaugh. Harbaugh said prayers for Khalil. That's about all he said. So we'll see. I'm sure further testing in the coming days will determine the severity of Mack's arm injury. All right, Raiders kicking off left to right. Chargers kick it. It bounces at the 10, taken at the 5 by the Chargers, returned up the near numbers near the right hash mark, or near the hash mark to about the 25. Good coverage. And 1st and 10 for Justin Herbert. Father Time, that was okay. You didn't have to delete that, but no problem. All right, 1st and 10 for the Chargers, about their own 25. All right, anytime they want to show the field again, and 14:53 to go. 1st and 10 from their own 26. Handoff goes nowhere. In fact, they probably lost to Hampton on the carry. Tough defensive front there. It looks like finally Max Crosby was involved. 2nd and 12 coming up. Hampton, yeah. Well, they say -1. Boy, that looked like a -2, but we'll go 2nd and 11. 14:22 in the third. In shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. Back in with him. Back to pass. Herbert throws far side. Caught and knocked out of bounds near the midfield marker at about the 48 or 49 yard line. And a 1st down, Chargers. Who caught that? Yeah, just beat the coverage. Safety was late. They're at about their own 48 and a half yard line. 1st and 10. That was Harris on the catch for 24. Caught on the near side. Number 1, short gain. 2nd and 6, we'll call it. In Raiders territory. Oh, that was wait, what? Herbert for 9. What? Pass. McConkey inside the 40. That's for a 1st down. Oh, okay. I guess the play-by-play might actually be ahead now. Okay. Didn't seem like it. All right, well, at any rate, first down in Raiders territory for the Chargers as they are threatening to blow it open. Field goal would only make it a 2-touchdown game, but I don't know with the how much trouble the Raiders have had moving the ball and picking up first downs. I don't know. We'll see. We're getting ahead of ourselves. It's first and 10, 12:40 to go, third quarter. At the 38-yard line of the Raiders. Snap, back to throw, fake the handoff, pressure on, all four chasing him. He has to slide down short of the line of scrimmage. And that's a loss of 2 on a roll to the far side. All four, it's like a jailbreak. All 4 Raiders on the pass rush for pursuing. They sent 5, and 4 of the 5 were there, and he slid short of another lineman. So I guess they did have 5 rushing. They call it a loss of 3, actually. 2nd and 13. All right, from the 41-yard line, fakes the handoff, back to pass, looking all kinds of time, dumps it to the back, who's going to be hit short of the line of scrimmage and taken down at about the line of scrimmage. That'll be a 3rd and 13. Good open field tackle there by the Raiders defense. Hampton they gave him a gain of 1. All right, so I guess it's going to be 3rd and 12. Hampton sure didn't look like a gain of 1, but all right, 3rd and 12. They're just outside the 40. They got to get to the 28.5-yard line, between the 28 and 29. Shotgun, back to throw, quickly over the middle, caught near the first down, but short by at least a yard, maybe 2. See what they want to do on 4th and 2. Harris on the catch, number 9 again. Hampton. All right, what the heck? It was more than 1 yard. Okay, now they're behind a play. All right, it is 4th and 2. Chargers keep the offense on the field. They motion number 44, the fullback, over. Timeout Raiders. Ugh. At 10:44 in the 3rd. That may come back to haunt them late in the game, but it is an important down. Oops, I forgot to reset the timeout. So they have 2 left. Let me give the Chargers 3 for the second half. There we go. All right. All right. Herbert, completion percentage 74% versus the Chargers. 318 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 32 rushing yards, no interceptions in either game. 28 yards rushing. He's 5 for 5 for 48 yards just on this drive. All right. 2 receivers to the far side, 44 in motion to the far side. Fake the handoff. Throws down the middle, caught for a first down. Keenan Allen all the way to the 5-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal for the Chargers. Huge play on 4th and 2 for Los Angeles. Yeah, a little short route by McConkey drew the coverage, and Allen found a opening. 22 late on the coverage. Stokes. Oh, is that former Packer Stokes? I think it is. Forgot his first name. 1st and goal from the 5.5-yard line, and it looked like the Chargers took a timeout to avoid a delay a game penalty. So each team with an early second half timeout, they have 2 left each with 9:35 to go, 3rd quarter. As we get a shot of Geno Smith, number 7, captain for the Las Vegas Chargers. Oh, I didn't put the quarter or halftime score. I totally forgot. I usually put that in the chat. All right, first and goal coming up. Under center. It is a handoff up the middle. Number 8 gets tackled down at about the 2, bringing up a second and goal. That is, why am I blanking? Hampton on the carry. Give him a gain of at least 3, I would say, from the 5 to the 2. 9 plays, 72 yards, 5:44 taken off the clock already here in the third quarter. All right, second and goal. Another handoff inside the 1. Stopped short of the goal line. Third and goal from about the 1. Maybe they'll give Hampton a gain of 1 on that carry. Yeah, it was 3 on the previous play. I imagine they'll give him 1 here. Huge third and goal. Wonder if the Chargers are already thinking 2-down territory as well. Try and put the lock on the Raiders or clamp this game down, whatever you want to say. It's about the 1.5 yard line. Third and goal, 4 seconds on the play clock. Another handoff goes nowhere, falls forward to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th and goal. And what do? I mean, the field goal puts you up 14, and with the way their defense is playing, that might just be enough tonight. I think if you're Harbaugh, you take the points, but, what do I know? But we'll see what they call. 4th and goal. And they do send Cameron Dicker out. This will be about a 20-yard attempt. They'll spot the ball at the 10. 20-yard attempt coming up pretty much right down the middle. Here's the snap. Ooh, bad snap. Hold was great, and the kick is up and split the uprights. Good. So they settle for the field goal, but they do go up by 14 points. Wow, that looked like an awful snap. The holder had trouble getting it down, but he did a good job in time for the field goal. And a kickoff coming up by the Chargers after this timeout. 22-6 early going, or halfway through the third quarter, make that. So that was the opening drive of the second half. Stalled out at the 1.5 yard line. 15 plays, 72 yards, and 7.5 minutes chewed off the clock, and you take the 14-point lead with a quarter and a half to go. 22.5 minutes and a 14-point lead. Not bad for if you're the Chargers. All right, so now Herbert 15-20. He's over 200 yards, 206, 2 touchdowns. Herbert back to being the leading rusher with 28 yards. Hampton to 24. I think he lost some. Najee Harris 2 for 6. Quentin Johnston 3 catches for 71 yards. He had the touchdown, which was a 60-yarder. Okay. They refreshed. 4 for 54, Keenan Allen. He had a touchdown. It was 10 yards. Now he has a long of 25. McConkey with 4 for 39, long of 19. Trey Harris, 2 for 34. 24 on the long. Will Disley, 1 for 7. Omarion Hampton, 1 for 1. No fumbles, but 2 picks by Geno Smith. The first one led to the first 3 points of the game. Yeah, I think maybe the snap wasn't that bad. The holder just bobbled it, but got it down in time, and Dicker blasted the kick. And they're showing the long snapper, I believe. And I'm surprised they went to 2 straight runs as well on 2nd and 3rd down. Oh, Rick Lovato. I think he used to be the Packers long snapper. He's the one that got blown up in that. No, maybe not. I'm confusing him with somebody else. I got to look it up. I know he was brief. I got to look it up. I thought he was with the Packers. I don't know, maybe briefly. All right, Dicker about to set to kick it off. The kick is in the air. Low line drive taken at the 8 or 9. Returned to the near numbers. Out past the 30. Short of the 35 at about the 34. We got a late flag, however, with 7:22 to go. It will eventually be 1st and 10 for Geno Smith and the Raiders. But what is the call as they do a sideline interview? With, I would guess, I don't know who this is. They didn't key him. Oh, Terrence Crawford, undisputed super heavyweight. Holding on the Raiders on the return, so that'll back them up further into their own territory. Where they trail by 14. Past midway of the 3rd quarter now. Never showed the replay because they're doing this interview. So didn't see who got the hold. All right, from the 20, 1st and 10 in shotgun. Receiver split out to the near side, 2 to the far side. Back to pass. Throws. Near side nearly picked off. Great pass breakup at 7:19. 2nd and 10 coming up. Another close call. First game since 2022 with 2+ first half interceptions, I guess, for Geno. Again, it only cost the Raiders 3 points, though. The other one ended the half eventually. 2nd and 10, 7:19 to go. I started the clock on accident. Receiver in motion. Handoff to Genty at the 22. Cuts it outside. 25, spun out of bounds near the 25. Should be about a 3rd and 5 coming up. And ESPN has 3rd and 10 for some reason. I have no idea why. I thought he definitely went forward. He got at least to the 25. They might even call it a long 3rd and 4. Yeah, now it's 3rd and 5. I was like, what are we doing, ESPN? All right, from the 25, 3rd and 5. Bunch formation to the far side. Shotgun, back to pass. Looking, hits Bowers for the 1st down. Good catch in traffic by Brock Bowers. Out to about the 35, 1st and 10. About a gain of 10 there. 6:22 in the 3rd quarter. Bowers is on the line of scrimmage, did a quick turnaround, caught the ball, 1st down. Quick strike. Raiders need more of that, I would say. Even with Mack out, decent pressure, I guess, by the Chargers. Bowers, 2 catches for 14 yards. Faked the toss. Geno rolls to the far side, completes the pass, but only about maybe a gain of 5, depending on the spot. So 2nd and 5 coming up. $5:38 to go, 3rd quarter. 5.5 to go, 3rd quarter. 2nd and 5 from their own 39-yard line. Handoff Genty to the far numbers. He is stopped 1 yard short of the 1st down. We have a 3rd and 1 coming up. Huge down if you're the Raiders. Need to pick this 1st down up. Don't even let it go to 4th down. Don't have to decide this early. Playing for the division lead. I mean, I guess they could tie and it would they'd both be tied for the division lead. Sneak by Geno. It's close, but I think he got it out to the 45 and a 1st down, judging by where the side judge is walking in from. As we get a shot of Khalil Mack, who has a a left arm injury. I guess not his maybe not his hand, but maybe something in the forearm that made his hand, uncomfortable. He did get, it was friendly fire. It was on his own teammate on a tackle attempt that got him. All right, we are 4:18 to go in the third. 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Receiver in motion to the far side. Fake the handoff to Genty. Looks. Gino steps forward to the 40, 45, and knocked out of bounds at about the 47-yard line with 4:02 to go in the third. Bringing up a 2nd and 8. All right, 3:50 now to go. Let me fix the clock real quick. 2nd and 8. Gino 13 of 22 now for 111 yards. He does have 19 yards rushing as well. From the 46.5, shotgun back to pass, looking, swings it to Genty at his own 40, moves forward and tackled at about the 49 for a gain of maybe 2. It'll be 3rd and 6 coming up. Another huge 3rd down they need to pick up. I don't know if it's too early to be 2-down territory. The Chargers came right out to open up the second half, drove all the way to the 1 before settling for the 20-yard field goal. I don't know if you can count on your Raiders defense. Bunch formation to the near side. Shotgun back to throw. Caught on a tough catch by Bowers, and he falls forward for the 1st down. That was a low throw by Gino. I think he was avoiding the pass rush. Tremendous concentration and catch by Brock Bowers. Great blitz pickup by White, number 3. He got the out. He helped the left tackle with the right edge rush. And Bowers had a fingertip catch and juggled it and caught it and fell forward. He's got a big brace on his left knee. I kind of forgot. All right, from the Charger 43-yard line, just inside. Fakes the handoff to, I think, White. Throws it in the flat to 16, who falls forward for the 1st down. Oh, they marked him short. Like half a yard. That was a terrible spot. I thought he easily had the 1st down. We'll say 2nd and 1. I am curious. His hip was down. I guess the ball might have been inches short. All right, I take that back. That may have actually been a great spot by the side judge at 1:40 to go in the third. 2nd and 1. They need like less than a yard. Near the Charger 33. Back to pass. Gino throws down the left sideline and threw it out of bounds. Taking a shot on 2nd and 1, I guess. Now we got 3rd and 1. It's definitely less than 1. All right. Gino's throw. Oh, he got hit late. A deliberate shove by number 90. Not flagged. Boy, I don't know about that one. I realize it's slow motion. But that looked like deliberately a late hit. Like he had plenty of time to stop, and he just pushed him with his right arm. Gino sneaks it, and I believe the spot is going to give him the 1st down. He should have plenty. 1st and 10. Inside, just outside the 30 at the Chargers 30. 1:07 to go, 3rd quarter. Both teams taking lengthy 3rd quarter drives, time-wise. It's already 6.5 minutes for the Raiders, and we get a look at Chip Kelly, their offensive coordinator. All right, only 5 on the play clock. Number 90 on the sideline. 2-1. I don't think they got the snap off. Well, that was generous. Genty goes nowhere. The Chargers may have just well, no, you couldn't take the play. It's a dead ball foul. They're going to say 2nd and 10. He may have lost a half a yard depending on the spot. They don't have to snap it again in the third quarter. They may elect to, though, trailing by 14. All right, from their own 30 or from the Chargers 32.5-yard line, they got to get to the 22. So it's 2nd and 10.5 if you want to call it that. 2-1. The third quarter ends. And we head to the fourth quarter. Chargers lead by 14. Chargers 20, Raiders 6. 15 minutes to play. All right, let me reset the clock. Check the poll. We got 67% for the Chargers. 2nd and 10 coming up. Yep, I got to move it to get it to the fourth quarter. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I do appreciate the views and the chat. Helps the game go smoother. Thanks for everybody who has already liked and subscribed. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the live stream. And if so, please hit like, please hit subscribe. Doing one or both will help with getting YouTube to recommend us to other potential viewers and help, me grow the channel. And I thank you again, everyone, for your continued support. So just a quick look ahead to next week. Tomorrow and Wednesday, game 2s of all the first round matchups, which are best of 3 in the WNBA. Thursday, if there's no game 3, we will do Dolphins Bills prime Thursday night football. Friday, same thing. If there's game 3s, we will have them. If not, probably going to be an off night. Same with Saturday. We'll be back Sunday at noon, though. Packers take on the Browns. And then I think there's a WNBA playoff. I think the semifinals are like at 2 and 4 my time. So, yeah, I'm going to miss the 2 o'clock game on ABC, but I will have the other semifinal at 4 o'clock. And we'll probably do the Sunday night game as well. We'll see how my voice does. But Raiders get shut out in the third quarter. They trailed 20-6. It was 17-6 at the halftime. So 2nd and 10. The Raiders are going right to left this quarter. From the 32.5, snap, handoff to Genty. He's inside the 30, falls forward to about the 28, and it'll be 3rd and I'd say at least 6. They got to get to the 22. It's either 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 6. It is 3rd and 6. Another lengthy drive. This one just under 8 minutes. The Chargers took 7.5 and settled for a field goal after stalling out at the 1.5-yard line. 14.5 minutes to go. 3rd and 6 for the Chargers. In shotgun, bunched formation to the near side. Chargers are offsides. Geno scrambling near midfield, trying to get a free play. Throws it down into the end zone, tipped incomplete. But again, should have been a free play. The Chargers were clearly offsides. Should mean a 3rd and 1 coming up. It will not be enough for a first down. And it was offside Chargers. 14:09 to go in the game. Yeah, 48 jumped. I thought maybe they were going to blow it dead and say he was unabated to the quarterback, but they let it continue. Geno was able to uncork it towards the end zone, but it was incomplete. 5 for 28 penalties. Chargers 4 for 37 for the Raiders. Could be worse. Not too bad. I mean, we're only 2 hours and less than 10 minutes into the game. 3rd and 1. He rolls out, throws to the left side, caught for the first down inside the 20 by number 16. Spins forward to about the 17. 1st and 10. Raiders in the red zone in Charger territory. And sorry about that. We'll get you the name. That is, of course, Jacoby Myers. 4 catches for 45 yards now. All right, from about just inside the 18, they got to get just inside the 8. Back to pass. Geno looking, throws towards the end zone, out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Threw it high to Brock Bowers. 13-22. 13-22. Come on. Why is this not moving? There we go. 2nd and 10. Again, just inside the 18. They got to get just inside the 8 for a first down. 4-man rush. Geno had time, just way over the head. Sailed the pass over Bowers. Might have had him on a good throw. 9:08 on this drive. They can't do this the rest of the game, though. Even if they get a touchdown here, they can't afford to take that much time off the clock. Throws quickly to the right side. Caught by Turner. And number 20 shaken up for the Chargers. We got a 3rd down coming up. Going to be more than 5. I'm going to guess about 6. Look to be a gain of 4. We got 13 minutes to go. And not sure what the injury is to number 20. Chargers are inside the 15. It is a 3rd and 7, actually. They mark it at the 14, and they got to get inside the 8. 3rd and 7. Shotgun, back to pass. Has time. Now flushed out of the pocket. There's a penalty flag. Geno runs forward. Takes a hit and picked up the first down, but it's going to be all for naught. We're going to have a all for naught. That was a holding probably on the Chargers. Yep. 66 on the Raiders. Held, so back them up for a 3rd and 17. Wipes out a first down that Geno had picked up with his feet, and a tremendous hit put on near the first down marker. Bad snap, too. Oh, yeah, 99 got tackled, and then they immediately threw the flag. Geno took a tremendous hit, I think, yeah, to his right shoulder. Nearly had, like, whiplash, side-to-side motion. Clock is rolling. I got to catch up. 10 on the play clock, 12:09 in the game. Shotgun, back to pass, 4-man rush, looking, dumps it to the back. It's White, number 3, taken down at the 19. And what do you do here? This is 4th and long here. They're at the 19, and I got to get to the 7 or 8. It's got to be 4th and 12. And a field goal only cuts it to 11. I think you got to go for it. See what Pete Carroll elects to do here. Oh, no, he sends out Daniel Carlson on 4th and 12. Wow, I'm a little surprised. This possession's eating up so much clock, and you only draw with, I mean, I guess it's 4th and 9, but you only draw within 9. Chargers get a field goal. You're still down 2 touchdowns. Snap, hold, kick from the right, hash mark right down the middle. And good. It is 20-9, 11:15 to go. And the Raiders have to kick it off. I suppose they could declare an onside, but don't think you do that. I don't know. You cut it to 11. I guess technically it's still a 2-possession game, and you no longer have to actually score 2 touchdowns. But, I mean, I guess the 4th and 12 kind of decided it for you. 4th and 12 isn't exactly the easiest thing to pick up. You know, he dumped it off, didn't really throw downfield. I guess you saved the field goal, but at what cost? You might have wanted to take a shot at the end zone there. Just my opinion. So Carlson for 37 yards. He has 3 field goals on the night. 20-9, kickoff coming up for the Raiders. All right, let's check everything real quick. Appreciate everybody watching along with me. Feel free to ask questions if you have any fantasy questions, like who's got what numbers tonight. You can always message me in the chat. Again, hope to see you the next 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, for Game 2 action in the WNBA. Hopefully a series or two will go 3. Maybe we'll have a game, if not Thursday, hopefully Friday. Obviously, the Tuesday games would play Thursday, and the Wednesday games would play Friday. Either way, the semifinals start on Sunday, and we will have at least the second game. We'll have the Packers at Browns make it on Sunday, and then we'll do Game 2. Probably we'll do the Sunday night. It's Chiefs Giants. Both teams off to an 0-2 start. Giants, not unexpected. Totally unexpected, I think, if you're a Chiefs fan. 6th NFL coach in history to coach 4 different franchises. Okay, I know he coached the Jets, Pats, Jets. I forgot which. Then, of course, the Seahawks, and now the Raiders. Yep. Interesting. I got to imagine Bill Parcells, maybe? Bill Parcells had Giants, Pats, Cowboys. Maybe he only had 3. No, he had Jets too, didn't he? Giants, Pats, Jets. Yeah. Cowboys. I think, okay, that's 2. There's 4. There's 4 more. All right, wait. Kick in the air. Ground ball and into the end zone and down for a touchback by the Chargers. 1st and 10 coming up for them from their own 35-yard line. They still have an 11-point lead. Last drive, they took 7.5 minutes off. And, of course, we got to get a timeout and a commercial break because, third quarter went by so quick. They got to jam in their ad breaks now in the fourth quarter. All right, doing this game off of ESPN Unlimited, so there might be a slight delay. I do have NFL Plus. It was a little bit ahead, surprisingly, off of Wi-Fi on my tablet, but want the full screen on my TV, so... All right. Yeah, huge day for the channel. Picked up 15 subs, thanks in part to the kindness of the Grossi posse. The fans of Tom Grossi, they raided the channel during the halftime of the first game. Appreciated that. Even got a donation. That's really nice of them and generous. Can't say enough about Tom. Tremendous, fans of his. I count myself among them. Try to watch Perna and Grossi whenever I get a chance. Try to never miss the Grossi Perna show or GPS in season. Would highly recommend. If you're adverse to cursing, Perna does curse a little. He usually keeps it fairly clean during GPS. And what is this? Is this a TV show? Oh, it is. Chad Powers on Hulu. Yeah, I do have a month of Hulu as well. And Disney Plus just to get the WNBA playoffs off of ESPN Unlimited. But we'll be canceling so I don't get charged in October. Would only need further assistance if the finals go past Game 5 for the WNBA finals, best of 7. So would have to maybe I would look in if it's still around that 1-day pass for $5 or $4.99 by who is that? Sling, just to get ESPN. All right, Herbert with the ball and an 11-point lead with 11:15 to go. Both teams only have 2 timeouts. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Wait, on the ground ball into the end zone? All right, fakes the handoff. Back to pass. 4-man rush. Pass to the running back. Up the middle. Plows forward and is helped by a lineman out near the first down. It'll depend on the spot whether this is a first down or a 2nd and 1 coming up. All right, it is 2nd and short or 2nd and 1. Excuse me, according to ESPN. Number 22 on the catch. That is, Najee Harris. Apologies. Just not used to him being on the Chargers yet. From the 29, handoff. Najee Harris falls forward, gets the first down at the 31-yard line. That'll eat up another 2 minutes off the clock. Time the Raiders can ill afford. Raiders actually have 14 first downs to the Chargers 12, but don't forget the Chargers had a 60-yard pass for one of their touchdowns, and the Raiders have yet to find the end zone. Again, Geno with 2 picks, but it only cost them 3 points to start the game. But 3 big points because they'd only be down 8 if that hadn't happened. 9:55 to go. Takes it down to 2 on the play clock. Back to pass. Throws it to Najee Harris. Near far sideline. He spins twice and gets the first down. So if they keep rolling the clock, another 2 minutes will be chewed up. Unless they get an incompletion or a timeout or a penalty. Yeah, he did one spin move and then spun through the tackle and got the first down. Good 2nd and 3rd effort by Najee there to pick up the first down. Important first down for the Chargers. Still in their own territory, their own half of the field. Herbert 17 for 22, 226 yards. Weird play. It's thrown incomplete. I don't know if Herbert juggled the snap, but he crouched forward. I don't know if that was... Nope, we got a flag on the play too. So hold your bets. Looks like Bozeman may have been guilty of holding. I don't know what this call is. They still haven't made the call. All right, no foul for an ineligible player down the field. Never mind. It was dropped. It was a bad, not a great throw to Quentin Johnston. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. I guess they thought Bozeman went downfield. They had 7 linemen if you count the fullback. And it was max protect. And, I think they mistook Bozeman for 44, maybe. That's the only thing I can think of. They thought maybe 74 was on a route instead of 44. That's the best guy. Wait, Bozeman might be 75. I don't know. 3 receivers to the near side. A tight end looks like on the far side. A back in shotgun with him. Passes over the middle to McConkey, who falls forward near the 50. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2, depending on the spot. Under 9 minutes to go. And the Chargers chewing clock again. 3rd and 1, 8:45 to go. Huge down for the Raiders defense here. Got to get a stop, and you figure maybe the Chargers go for it if they don't pick it up. 8:30 to go. 3rd and 1, just inside the 50 on their side of the field. They got to get to the Raiders 49. Shotgun, back to pass. Herbert with time. 4-man rush. Looking. Throw is almost intercepted. Could have been a pick 6 for the Raiders by 57. Pratt, if he could have sped by and broken maybe one tackle, he was going to house that. I think he was thinking about it. Wow. Would have been a huge turning point at the game. I don't know why Herbert didn't see him. It was just out of character. He threw late to the near side, and 57, Pratt, just stepped in front of him. He was trying to hit Keenan Allen. Not a smart throw. Yeah, his target of Allen, and Pratt stepped in front of it. 4th and 1, they're going for it. 3, 2, 1. It's a handoff. He fumbles it, picks it back up, and is stuffed on the run. What was that? The Raiders defense holds at 8-10, and a terrible play call. If you're Jim Harbaugh, I mean, I'm not a head coach, but oh my gosh, why would you do a wide receiver end around or whatever that was? Maybe it was a touch pass forward. He never had it. It took a fortuitous bounce. He regained it, but then he was stuffed on a loss. Raiders ball, trailing by 11. I suppose worst case scenario, maybe they end up settling for another field goal. They got to get a little closer, but to cut it to 8, because you do need 2 scores, but you got to need to get a touchdown. That way you cut it to, at worst, 20-15, and you could still, in theory, give up a field goal and still be given a chance to tie. But both teams only with 2 timeouts. Chargers have chewed up a lot of time of possession or clock here, especially in the second half. So, yeah, what was that called? They called Herbert for the fumble, recovered by Davis. And Davis for -1 to the Charger 43. Kelly on the tackle. Yeah, that was a strange play call. I don't know why. You either don't. I mean, I realize the run game has been going nowhere, but why don't you just run it up the gut? Maybe even let Herbert try to sneak it for. It was definitely more than a yard. It was like a yard and a half. It would definitely. I guess it wasn't 2, but it felt like more than 1. Obviously, Najee's been ineffective. Maybe you give it to Hampton. He's got 8 carries for 24 yards. Heck, dump it to Najee. Let him make another spin move in the back, out of the flat, and maybe pick up that first down. Just a curious play call. Najee has 2 catches for 34 yards on the night. All right, Raiders. Still in the game technically. I would think they need a touchdown. And the time's getting late, and with only 2 timeouts, curious play call. If you're Yeah, if they weren't set, they should have just called a timeout. Good point by the ESPN crew. I think Pratt was the one that forced it to the outside, and 12 took his eye off the ball. Sorry, I keep saying 12. It was Davis, yeah. All right, 1st and 10 from the Charger 43.5-yard line. Geno in shotgun. Bowers motions to the outside. Back to pass. 4-man rush. Throws to Bowers. Caught. Stopped short of about the 36. That'll be a 2nd and 3 coming up. Clock under 8 minutes to go now. 7:55 to go. 4th quarter. 2nd and 2. Oh, sorry. I made a typo there. Hit the wrong key. 2nd and 2. Bowers now 4 catches for 31 yards. All right. In shotgun. Genty, it looks like, to his right. Back to pass. Genty in the flat. Geno looks left. Throws down the field. Overshot. It was tipped by number 16. Incomplete. Lucky it wasn't picked. Bad overthrow by Geno. Jacoby Myers was wide open, and he missed him. Yep, or Myers. Is it Jacoby? I'm sorry. Yeah, overshot him. He found the gap in the zone, and all Myers could do was get one hand out of it. Maybe he prevented the pick there. All right, 3rd and 2. I suppose they could kick a field goal, but I think you go for it if you don't get it. Shotgun, back to pass. Looking, throws over the middle. 1st down. Myers inside the 20, tackled down at the 15. Big play for the Raiders offense. 7:15 to go. 1st and 10 inside the red zone for the Raiders. James bumped him at the line. 23 missed the tackle and taken down from behind in pursuit. Yeah, right at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. 6:51 as the Chargers are attempting to charger this. Back to throw. Geno, it's tipped at the line, incomplete, short of Myers again. 6:45. Jones, 96, got credited with the pass defense at the line. Jumped up, got his right hand on it with his yellow glove, tipped it incomplete. 2nd and 10, 6:45 to go, 20 on the play clock. Chargers set at the line. So are the Raiders. In shotgun. Looks like Genty to his left. A bunch formation to the near side of 3 receivers, or 2 receivers and a tight end. 1 receiver out wide to the far side. Back to throw. Looked right. Now checks it down to Genty at the 20 and tackled immediately for a loss of 5. 3rd and 15 at the 20. Now what? They had a 4th and 12 last time and kicked the field goal. 3rd and 15. If you don't pick it up or get it close, I suppose they could cut it to 8. But then you can't give up anything to the offense. You pretty much need a 3 and out. So let's see what they dial up. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, and either Genty or White with him. It's White this time. Back to pass, 4-man rush, throws for the end zone, tipped away and intercepted by the Chargers. They were trying to go for Myers, and it's a turnover, and that might be your dagger. 1st and 10 coming up at their own 20 for the Chargers. 3rd interception of the night for Geno Smith, and that one might be the most costly. The first one led to 3 points. Second one eventually ended the half. And, it was a heave-ho, and it was an arm punt. Good defense by 3 and intercepted by 26. So we'll see what happens. But Jackson on a tip from James on the pickoff, about 7 yards deep in the end zone and a touchback. So they don't even get to see what happens on 4th down. They turn it over. 3rd turnover of the night. No turnovers for the Chargers. Geno, 22 of 36, only 169 yards passing, 3 picks, taken 2 sacks. He's their 2nd leading rusher. Genty, 11 for 43. Connected on OBS, so hopefully, hopefully we're reconnected. Hopefully nobody lost connection. I'm going to decrease my output. All right, sounds like I'm back live. I'm going to decrease my bit rate to keep it on the safe side. I don't know if I overused OPS with back-to-back games, or OBS, sorry. Yeah, not OPS. All right, don't forget, be back here tomorrow night. WNBA playoffs continue. I don't know why. I didn't have any drop frames, but I definitely saw my stream spin. But we are back live. Be on the safe side. Decreased it. So Myers was on the far side, ran a route towards the far hash mark. Ball in the air because 3 hadn't turned. He turned his head just at the last second and tipped it, and it was intercepted. All right. And 3 for 71 and a touchdown, Quentin Johnston. 4 for 54 and a touchdown, Allen. McConkey, 5 for 48, 19 yards is long. All right, 1st and 10 at the 20. Handoff up the middle. Plows forward for maybe 7 yards. That is Najee Harris. Clock going to be an issue. Raiders only have the 2-minute warning and 2 timeouts. Should be about a 2nd and 3. So we get a shot of Geno on the bench. All right, 5:30 to go. 2nd and 3. Raiders need a turnover or a quick 3 and out. They really can't afford anything else, trailing by 11. Handoff. Najee gets met in the backfield. He falls forward. He may have only lost a yard. He could have easily lost about 4. No blocking on that run play. That'll bring up a third. I'm imagining it's at least 3rd and 4, depending on the spot. Max Crosby was wrecking that line. Pratt got there too, but Crosby brought him down. Bit of a quiet night for Crosby, if I'm honest, at least as far as pass rush, but he just stuffed that run. 3 receivers to the near side, a back with him to the left, 1 split out to the far side, back to throw, caught, no, incomplete. Allen dropped it, but in his defense, the throw was towards the sideline, the near sideline, and he was over the middle, leaning towards the far sideline, so it was going to be a really tough catch. So the Raiders get what they needed if they have any hope of getting back into this game. It was a quick 3 and out, 2 runs finished by an incomplete pass to stop the clock. J.K. Scott to kick it away. He's the punter for the Chargers. Trey Tucker set to receive. The snap, the move forward, the kick is away. Taken at their own 19-yard line, returned to the near sideline, past the 25, hurdles the defender, taken down past the 30 at about the 32-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. 4:23 to go. For the Raiders, they need to get a touchdown this drive, or bare minimum a field goal to cut it to 8. And we'll check the spot of the ball here once the play-by-play updates here. Well, let's see. Here we go. ESPN has it. 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. Okay, I was a yard off. I said 32. All right, yeah, when I scroll past the ad, that info is still there at the top. Yeah, no fumbles lost by either team. They covered their own fumble. Herbert got charged 1. Davis fell on it. It was like a handoff right after the snap. Looked ugly. And then that was on 4th down. That's what just set up the Raiders, I think, got a field goal out of it. They didn't move very far. Or they stalled out there. No, that was the one that ended in a pick. That's right. That drive just ended in a pick by Geno, his 3rd. So there was a turnover on down, so no official turnover for the Chargers. No fumbles lost for the Raiders, but Geno's had 3 picks. Both of them deflected, but by the Chargers to the teammate. The second one that didn't cost him any points or real time was near the end of the first half. It was basically an arm punt. It pinned the Chargers at their own 1. But still, the first one led to 3 points, which now is critical because they are down 11 instead of would be 8. They still don't have the punter play here. Do I need to refresh? I thought this refreshed automatically. It's so weird. Yeah. Incomplete to Allen. They didn't have the kick. Yeah, they were going to, let's see. Oh, Derwin James tipped it. Yeah. On that interception. 17th overall pick in 2018 out of Florida State. In shotgun for Geno, their own 33, back to pass, looking, throws, tipped, incomplete. That should be a drop by Tucker, number 1. 4:19 to go, 2nd and 10. Well, it stops the clock. 10-plus air yards. Geno's 0 for 10 with the 3 picks tonight. All right, 2nd and 10, 4:19 to go. Shotgun back to pass, looking, throws over the middle, caught by Bowers at the 40. That'll bring up a 3rd and 3. Give Bowers a catch for about 7 there. Clock rolling, 4:06 to go. They have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Shotgun back to pass, looking, throws to the right sideline, deflected by the defender with great coverage. 3:57 to go, and they got to go for it here. 4th and 3. If they don't pick it up, this game is all but over. Even if the Chargers just kneel 3 times, it'll force the Raiders to use their timeouts. But we still have a 4th and 3 from the 40. They got to get to the 43. 2 receivers split out to the far side. And we get a timeout by the Chargers. They have 1 remaining. Raiders still with 2. Each team used one early in the first half, early in the third quarter, early in the second half, I was trying to say. All right, 4th and 3, following the timeout. Raiders, last chance, really. Hope you guys will tune in with me tomorrow. Doubleheader of a different kind. WNBA playoffs coming up Tuesday, Wednesday, Game 2 in all those series. If there's any Game 3s necessary, we'll have those Thursday and Friday. If there are no Game 3s on Thursday, we will have... Dolphins, I think Bills on Prime and Twitch. Hope to see you. And off on Saturday, we'll be back with Packers and a semifinal game in the playoffs for the WNBA. All right, 2 receivers to the far side. 1 in motion now to the near side. In shotgun with a back. Back to pass, looking, gets flushed out of the pocket. Oh, and sacked inside the 30. There is your dagger. Turnover on downs. The Chargers could kneel 3 times and just kick a field goal and still be up 14, and the Raiders would be out of timeouts, and we'd be at the 2-minute warning. So, big sack. Geno just couldn't get away. And it's 1st and 10, just inside the 30. He just rolled to the far side. And late rush by number 0 brought him down for the sack. Khalil Mack with his left arm in a sling loves it. That was an 11-yard loss. Henley on the sack. 3:51 to go. Chargers can pretty much... like I said, be in control of this game. They're in a bunched formation, tight end, or no, H-back or fullback. Oh, fumble. Ball's on the ground. Raiders got it right back. Who fumbled? Oh, the Chargers still trying to charger here. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. There's your first turnover by the Chargers with 3:45. Butler covers the fumble. Fumble on number 8. That, of course, is Omarion Hampton. Wow. Can't get anything on the ground. Max Crosby blew it up. Was not Hampton's fault. In fact, Herbert kind of didn't let go, and Hampton never had it. So I don't know if Crosby gets the forced fumble or not, but he was there to blow it up. And the Raiders fell on it. All right, 3 receivers split out to the far side. Geno back to throw, tipped up in the air and incomplete. Tremendous pass rush by the Raiders. 2nd and 10. Geno with no time. O-line not doing well. Tipped right after he threw it by 45. Pass defensed, incomplete. They were trying to go to Bowers. They say to Apuolatu. I'll have to look up pronunciations. In motion to the near side, 2 split out wide. To each side, throw near side, tackled short. This will bring up a 3rd down. 3rd and about 5 or 6, we'll say. Third and they never said. It is 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Gino Bowers got one hand on it. Looked like his left arm was held. I don't know about that one. No flag. We got a 4th and 5 with 3:16 to go. Let's see a look at that replay. I thought Pete Carroll definitely thinks this should have been a pass interference or at least a hold. Yeah, maybe illegal contact after 5 yards. Yeah, he grabbed his left arm. That should have been pass interference. I think Pete was right on that. That's a bad no call. Looks more like 4th and 6, but they say 4th and 5. Shotgun back to throw. Gino looking. Has to roll to the near side. He's still in the pocket. Gets tripped up. He's inside his own 20. Scrambling. Has to throw forward and incomplete. And a turnover on downs at 3:05. Boy, I don't know who your backup is, but Gino does not look good. Part of it is the O-line not blocking particularly well. Maybe nobody got open. Chargers, I guess they sent 5 eventually. But on the run, tough throw for Gino to make and complete for a first down. And, Derwin James is down. That's not good for the Chargers, the guy who just tipped it for the interception. I don't know, he's smiling now, so maybe he's okay. I hope so. 1st and 10 for the Chargers at the Raider 34. I mean, that if it wasn't your dagger before, provided we don't fumble again. This time the ball gets on the run for like 4 yards, 2nd and 6. Looks like the Raiders used a timeout at 2:58. They have 1 remaining and the 2-minute warning. But at best, they're going to be down even if Cameron Dicker were to miss a field goal, they're still down 11 and they'll be out of timeouts and there will be 2 minutes remaining. But it's only 2nd and 6. They take one more timeout to be 3rd and 6 and or 3rd and whatever, and then on 4th down it'll be that 2-minute warning. So we'll see. Getting ahead of ourselves. In shotgun, he's got Najee Harris with him in the backfield. We got a receiver to the near side, 3 split out to the far side. Or I should say the tight end in block. Pass caught by Keenan Allen for the first down. That should just about do it. Clock rolling. Don't know if they're going to bother with the timeout. Maybe they'll save it for the other side of the 2-minute warning. Not sure. 2:38 to go. Pretty good game. Raiders just falling short on offense. Chargers kind of let them hang around, though. They had plenty of chances to knock the Raiders out of this game and settled for a field goal. But they've chewed a lot of clock. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Handoff up the middle to Najee Harris. Plunges forward to maybe the 18. It looks like the Raiders took their last time out at 2:09. Yeah, 2:09 to go. Raiders out of timeouts. Chargers have 1. We got the 2-minute warning coming up. 2nd down coming up after a short gain. ESPN hasn't even put how many yards. All right, let me look at the play-by-play. Harris for 4, so I was wrong. 2nd and 6. I don't know why ESPN just changed it to 2nd and 6. They had just said 2nd down. I made a guess. All right. Last play, unless it's incomplete, before the 2-minute warning. Highly doubt that, though. 2nd and 6. Might be kneel down time shortly. All right. from, well, it's the 19. Yeah, they got to get 5. Handoff to Najee Harris. He's slides down at the 11, gave himself up. That'll take us to the, nope, hold on, 2:02 to go and a flag. For what? Unless it's holding on the Chargers, it's not going to matter. They got the first down. What on earth did they call? I may have to listen in here. Let's check the play-by-play. Of course, they haven't updated yet. Ooh. All right, illegal formation. So that does stop the clock at 2:02. It is not a first down. So I think it was a 2nd and 5. Well, they're going to call it 2nd and 11. Okay, it was 2nd and 6, I guess. So 2nd and 11. Now they can take it to the 2-minute warning. Somebody wasn't covered up, so it wasn't a legal formation. All right, 2:02 to go from the Raider 24. Oh, fake the handoff. Herbert's going to take it himself and slide down at the 19. That'll bring up a 3rd and 5. I think Herbert, I don't know. Herbert, I think part of his call sheet maybe got torn off. We got the 2-minute warning at 1:57. I don't know. Herbert looks like he's not quite healthy there. I believe we got a 3rd and 5, so even if they kneel, that's going to take 45 seconds off the clock, and they could let the play clock go down, take another timeout and kick or take their last timeout and kick the field goal. There's not going to be much for the Raiders to work with. All right, 2 minutes, 2-minute warning, or rather now 1:57 to go. Let's see how much they gave Herbert. They gave him a gain of 5, so sounds like it'll be a 3rd and 6 actually from about the 19. Got to get down to the 13 apparently. I thought, yeah, they gave him a gain of 5. Okay, they were calling it a 2nd and 11, so yeah, it will be 3rd and 6 coming up after the 2-minute warning. Raiders out of timeouts. Chargers have 1. Not sure if they'll kneel and take a field goal or just run one up the middle. I mean, they did fumble. Of course, that was by Hampton. Harris has been in there for a few carries, but should be a chip shot field goal for Cameron Dicker if they elect to go that way, and that would put them up a full 14. Not a lot of time left. Excuse me. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing. If you already have done so, I appreciate it. If you're new, welcome. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. Hope you'll like and subscribe and be a return viewer, because doing like or subscribe helps with YouTube recommending us to other potential viewers and helps grow the channel. All right, we got a 3rd and 6 from the 19. They got to get just inside the 14. It's really a 3rd and 5. Handoff, and Najee plunges forward, and for the first down, we should be in kneel down territory. I forgot to start the clock. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. I'm sorry, 1st and 10 for the Chargers with an 11-point lead here. 1:32 to go, and they can just kneel 2 or 3 times and the game will be over. Raiders play the Broncos on September 21st. That's their next game. I'm sorry, maybe the Chargers. All right, Herbert kneels down. That'll bring up a 2nd and either 11 or 12, depending on where they spot it. Little over a minute to go. Maybe one more kneel down. Maybe, yeah, wait. 20 seconds. I think they can get away with one more kneel down. All right, they break the huddle. 45 seconds to go. He kneels. 38 seconds to go. Let's see if they even have to snap it one more time on 3rd and 12. Nope. Game clock is less than the play clock, and that'll be your final. Chargers prevail in Vegas and take an 11-point win on the road over the Raiders. Chargers 20, Raiders 9. A little bit lower scoring than I think anybody would have expected. Not sure what that over-under is. All right, we'll do a quick first 2-0 start in consecutive seasons since 2001-2002. That's your final. All right, let me take a quick look at the box score, and we'll wrap it up for the evening. And just a reminder, here we'll end the poll. 69% were right with the Chargers. 1 second. Let's get up what the WNBA playoff coming up schedule here. Next 2 nights, doubleheaders, 6:30 and 8:30. Wednesday, 7 and 9. Hope to see you then. Game 3s Thursday and Friday. We'll have them all if necessary. All right. GG's to the Chargers. Congrats to Harbaugh, Herbert, and the rest of the crew. Herbert, 19 of 27, 242 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think he started 1 of 5 for 5 yards. So he ended up, 18 of his last 22. So that's pretty good. Yep, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, 242, 2 touchdowns, took 2 sacks. He was the leading rusher with 9 carries for 31 yards. Harris ended up with 8 for 28. Hey, thanks, Mac. Thank you for chatting. Hope to see you tomorrow as well. Have a great rest of your Monday. Hope you have a great Tuesday. Hope to see everyone for Tuesday's WNBA. All right, Harris, 8 for 28. Hampton, 8 for 24. He did have a fumble loss, though. I guess they charged it to Herbert. Yeah, it really wasn't Hampton's fault. He never had it, and Max Crosby was there to blow it up. Didn't cost him any points, though. Quentin Johnston, 3 for 71, a touchdown, that 60-yard catch. He most of it in the air. He took it in for the last 12. 5 for 61 for Allen and one touchdown. It was 10 yards. His long was 25. Ladd McConkey, 5 for 48. All right, Geno, 24 of 43, 180 yards. Rough night. 3 interceptions. 2 in the first half. 1 led to the first field goal, first points of the game. Second one ended a drive. It was tipped in the end zone for an interception. Genty had 11 carries for 43 yards, 13 in the long. Geno, 5 for 20. And Trey Tucker, 1 for 7. Jacoby Myers, 6 for 68. No touchdowns for the Raiders. Brock Bowers, 5 for 38. Yeah, lots of receivers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With at least 1 catch, 7 with 2 or more. 3, no other turnovers by the Raiders. Yeah, why did they have? Oh, Butler was the one that recovered the one that Herbert lost. That's what it is. Okay, Geno covered the one that I don't know why 61 got charged with the. Oh, maybe it was a bad snap. I don't. Yeah, maybe that one off his butt got charged as a fumble. All right, real quick defensively, 2 sacks for the Raiders, both by Jonah Laulu. They had 8 tackles for loss. 3 sacks by the Chargers. Henley, Caldwell, and Mack. Mack with a left arm injury left in the first half, maybe first quarter. Had his arm in his sling. Sure they'll get the results of the test soon, but didn't look good. They had 6 tackles for losses. That'll do it. Hope to see you tomorrow night. We'll be back in a little over 18 hours. Just done 18 hours, 27 minutes. We'll be ready for Dream at Fever. Game 2. Dream lead the series 1-0, a best of 3. Aces on the road at 8:30. We'll join that probably after the Dream Fever, unless there's a blowout and we cut out early. 8:30. I don't like the 2-hour difference in the start times. Aces at Storm. Aces lead that series 1-0. Only home team with the 1-0 lead is the Liberty. They'll try to close out the Mercury Wednesday night. That'll be 7 o'clock. Lynx have a 1-0 lead on the road at Valkyries, which will actually be in San Jose, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure what arena, as their arena where they share it with the Warriors is in use that night, so they're not at their normal home court. That'll do it. Sinbin Stream signing out. Thank you all for the continued support. Hope to see you back here soon. Until then, take care and have a great day, evening, morning, around the world. Hope to see you here. Have a great Tuesday. Until then, take care. Sinbin Stream. So long and bye-bye.